Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for July 1st, 2026. We've got Empires and Alchemy today. Mostly Empires. We've got Sacrifice and Temple for trashing. Ritual involves trashing a card, but is not net trashing. I guess that's also true of Advance now that I think about it. We've got for draw, Royal Blacksmith, Wild Hunt, Encampment, plus actions, Encampment, and University, and Sacrifice. For gains, University can gain actions, but not Apothecary or Royal Blacksmith, and the only plus buy is from Fortune. And then, well, Wild Hunt can gain estates, which come with some VP. So there was a board the other day with University where I think it was very potent. I don't think it's as strong here as it was there, but I do think it's gonna be good here because of the limited gains. Maybe we end up getting to play with Fortune at some point, but unless or until that happens, it's basically our only source of additional gains. So I do think we want to play with it. However, if we were to open Potion, we would have to skip opening with a Trasher. I don't know if I think that makes sense. So maybe the opening is either Sacrifice or Temple and maybe an Encampment, and then pick up a Potion after that. As for Sacrifice versus Temple, so Temple does trash more cards, assuming you can find an estate. Sacrifice is better at hitting price points. We do have Encampment, and to a lesser extent Chariot Race here as a cheap thing to pick up if we don't have a lot of money. So not overly concerned with like hitting 5 or anything like that. We do want to hit 4 at least once. And there is definitely a world where we open Temple and then we don't do that. But I think if we combine it with Encampment, that's going to be pretty unlikely. So probably Temple is the better opener. So I think we go Temple, Encampment. Bot goes with Sacrifice. Okay, so I'm trying to think if there's any reason not to play this Encampment. We are going to hit at least 4 next turn, even if we don't, because there's only 1 estate left down there. Most likely scenarios, we draw 2 coppers and rebuy the Encampment anyway, and then we just get further into the shuffle, which obviously that's good. If we draw a copper estate, well, at least we've cycled past those cards. Yeah, I think either way works out. We could, I guess, also look at playing with Apothecary, but I think I'd rather just trash coppers. We have a copper on top. We may not get to trash an estate here, but let's give it a shot. Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't. Our Potion is missing the shuffle, but what can you do? Is there reason to take not encampment here? I don't think so. There might be... Like, once we start to get wild hunts in the deck... Well, I mean, even then, the actions will be nice. Obviously, University gives us actions too, but University plus Wild Hunt by itself is not a ton of draw. Didn't see the temple, unfortunately, this time. This is kind of gross. We are going to need to add some money at some point, and that's going to not... University isn't really going to be able to facilitate that, so we are going to have to do that through our buys. But we still have a bunch of copper at this point. I guess we can always add Gladiator for a little bit of money if we need it as well. I think it's still encampment. We could consider taking a temple for the points. I think I'm alright with that. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Knowing that we have the temple on top, do we want to draw cards here? If we draw the other Wild Hunt, we're going to be pretty sad. I think the answer is no. We'll take one more University. That might be enough. Let's get another Wild Hunt, for sure. And then... the bot just took a Gladiator. We got 3 Wild Hunts. We got enough to draw through here. We could add a Gladiator. I mean, what do we want to buy this turn? It would be nice to get a gold. To be able to hang on to encampments. We're going to get a Gladiator. We shouldn't do it before we trigger the shuffle. And maybe we should get another Wild Hunt. We do have another University down there, so we could just get another Wild Hunt. We could also just take a Chariot Race. Which is, at this point, like, has some chance to hit. That we would want to add before the shuffle. I think that's fine. So much for that. Oh. Alright. Maybe we can get to plunder this turn. We take this encampment. That's a little bit cheaper than a... gold. That's the word. Okay. We're guaranteed to activate the gladiator because of the potion, so that's nice. Do we just gain another chariot race here, even though it doesn't do anything? Like, we could take another wild hunt, of course. We don't really need it right now, though. Getting another temple is, like, kind of whatever. I mean, I guess we can do it. Gives our temple something to do. Guess we might as well... Well, hold on. We don't have the actions without playing the encampments, which we don't want to do. We could also get a sacrifice. And sacrifice the temple, but... Or do we want to play an encampment so that the bot can't get to plunder? That's an interesting thought. There's 10 coppers in the trash. We have 2. The bot has 2. The bot has a gladiator. So right now the bot doesn't have the ability to get to gold unless it gets a chariot race hit. I mean, denying the bot access to keeping encampments isn't like the most important thing, but it's not bad. So if we were going to play an encampment anyway, then... I mean, even if we leave plunder open, right, the bot... Maybe that's better anyway. Like, the bot still might not hit 5. At least not without firing off its encampments. So... Yeah, okay, never mind that. So I think in that case... It's just either Wild Hunt or Chariot Race. It's probably just Chariot Race. Okay. Yeah. They got a plunder, but they return an encampment. I'll go ahead and take that encampment. Some risk we have to return an encampment here. I'd like this hand a lot. I would like stopping on this hand a lot better if I could either get a plunder or a university. Maybe what I'll do is just gain the temple and then advance the temple into Wild Hunt or something, and we get a few points. I mean, I would like to trash the coppers, though. Maybe not. Could still take another Wild Hunt. And then do we play the encampment? Kind of don't really want to. Though we do only have one university in those 8 cards. And no encampments. So that's pretty awkward, actually. I think we have to... Yeah. In which case, we might as well just play the encampment first. Ah! Now we have university and 2 wild hunts down there. No, we drew the university. Damn it. For fuck's sake. Alright, I guess... Take... Another wild hunt. This might be a good turn to take the wild hunt points. I guess whatever we gain with university, we don't need to do it now anyway, because we've got 2 more wild hunts and the encampment as well. We can open up Fortune here. We're not going to be able to afford it. Well, that's not necessarily true. We could take a sacrifice and then we could afford it. That is probably better than getting another plunder. Okay. Yeah. Let's get the sacrifice. Take cards. We take points. Encampment. Oh, we actually do have enough money. Why is that? Do we get chariot race hits? Oh, we did. Incredible. Unexpected. Okay, well, in that case... So part of the question is, do we want to gain more universities? I think the answer remains no, so we can get rid of the potion. Sacrificing a state for 1 VP is not important. I think getting out of debt from Fortune is more important. So I think we do this way and that way. Oh, we're going to get a gold that can help us keep encampments. Well, not like that, it can't. What is this hand? Come on. Alright, well, I guess we'll gain all the encampments. And... oh, we're not going to have any plus actions down here either, for fuck's sake. Ridiculous. What the hell? Like, what is this? What is this? Ugh. Alright, we might as well play a Wild Hunt. That was something else. We probably don't want this temple, particularly. We could advance it. And I guess, I mean, we have a lot of Wild Hunts. I guess I'll take a Chariot Race. We could consider getting a Royal Blacksmith, but I think I'll just take another Chariot Race. The bot has what, like 2 encampments in its deck or something, and it's like, oh look, I have plus actions. The bot bought another fortune. Why do you do this, bot? I mean, okay, if you want 3 buys, you got to do it. But so what do I have on top? An encampment, but I have to do it anyway. Okay. Is there anything that we have that the bot does not have? Maybe copper. Yeah, okay. We can do that. And then we'll sacrifice the copper. So we're going to take the Wild Hunt points again. We've got the actions now to get more Wild Hunts and increase the number of points we take. Obviously, that has its downsides. We could also take the temple points. We actually have 4 encampments. Oh my gosh. We should probably get one more plunder this turn, huh? We get the temple, now we can advance it, which is nice. I guess that means we sacrifice the estate next turn. Or we sacrifice the estate this turn and leave the copper in the deck. That probably makes more sense. I guess let's take 1 Wild Hunt, 1 Chariot Race, 1 Temple. I guess I can kind of see the argument for that additional fortune. A lot of money relative to how much we can make use of. And we would get a gold out of it, which would help us keep encampments. I think the bot really doesn't need it, but I might. Yeah. Alright. Let's advance this temple into another chariot race. And sure, we'll take another fortune. I'm never gonna win a chariot race again. I guess I'll just take another chariot race. I don't know. These don't really do very much, but they do help us end the game, which has some merit to it, for sure. Um, so we should go ahead and do this again. We could add another wild hunt. At some point, you know, there's such a thing as too many wild hunts, though. University doesn't really have anything useful to add. Unless we just want to, like, gain a sacrifice so that we can sacrifice both the copper and the estate this time. Which does still mean that we just have a stop card that then the next turn we don't have anything to do with, so I don't know if that's so terribly useful. Well, I guess it could be advanced, but advanced into what? I mean, piles are low. Uh... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we just don't gain anything with the university. Okay. We're one buy short of being able to win this turn. Emptying fortunes and plunder. We could just go like province double plunder or something. Like the plunders are not amazing for our deck, but they're potentially helpful. I don't know if we need the province. The bot's not exactly threatening to get that many points, but we're up by 24. We probably don't need the province. I mean, we could also take a fortune and just be threatening to win on, like, buying a single plunder. If we think that there's absolutely no chance that the bot can get that many points, which is almost certainly the case. Like, what would it have to do? It'd have to play a bunch of wild hunts, get the wild hunt points. It'd have to win a bunch of chariot races, get the chariot race points. It would have to buy the plunder, and then get on its other two buys. It'd have to buy two provinces. Two provinces would get it to 34, and it would need 12 points from wild hunt and chariot race. I mean, maybe that's not totally impossible. If we leave both of these in the pile, it's pretty well impossible, even if we don't take province. Like we could take a royal blacksmith or something, or just another wild hunt. I mean, the wild hunt would set us up better for a pile out, which involved universities emptying wild hunts. But what if we just bought the plunder? Right, it's more expensive for the bot to buy fortune. I mean, it's still only 8, so it would still be buying double province, fortune, assuming you can even get there, which I'm not so sure that it can. But hmm. Whatever. I'm just gonna buy a province. I don't know. I would feel really stupid if I lost because of like somehow opening up some pile out. Okay, yeah. See, the bot's pick is clearly not good enough for this to actually be a concern. Oh wow, it did get 2 provinces though. Okay, we can sacrifice the gladiator. That's fine. Yay, we did it. Alright. Let's just go ahead and grab all those wild hunts now. It'll be as good a way as any of emptying piles. I mean, I guess we could also empty on estates at this point. But whatever. I mean, we're already going to empty on... Well... If we take points 3 times, then we just need to buy an estate, versus if we take points 1 time and we need to buy the wild hunt. Technically, we get more value out of this. I guess... Sure... Why do we have so much more money this turn? Oh, I guess that's all the chariot race hits. But we still only have 3 buys. We actually only barely empty piles. We can't buy a province with all this money. Well, we could buy 3 provinces, but that wouldn't end the game. Alright, well, whatever. Yeah. So necro smithy draw, a little awkward, even with the help of the encampments. I mean, the encampments do have the downside of needing this stuff to hang around, so they act as functionally a little less draw because of that. I mean, obviously, wasn't playing with 6 gold plus plunder the whole time, but 8 chariot races is totally unnecessary. It's just like whatever, I'll add them. Why not? Yeah, I still think, as with the game from the other day that I referenced, that University is good here and that the bot should be playing with it. It is more awkward, it is less powerful than it was the other day, but it's still the only source of gains until you get to Fortune, and I just think that's like too significant. Even just being able to like gain a bunch of encampments. Like the bot spent so much time gaining encampments, and then ended up with one encampment because I was able to just play a bunch of universities and gain all the encampments when it returned them. So yeah. But also being able to gain a bunch of wild hunts, then get all those points off of wild hunts. And it had 58 VP ships. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there would have been some cool stuff to do here if you had more buys, but potentially like, you could get some VP with ritual and then like keep that pretty clean with temple. You could do some stuff with castles, but yeah, the plus buy limitation really makes it so that like it's harder to do that stuff, and then conversely, university is more important. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.